This was the toughest interview in history, but when the candidates received their test papers, they were shocked. The papers were completely blank, with nothing on them. The candidates were utterly confused but didn't dare speak up. Before the exam began, the examiner had announced 3 strictly forbidden rules: no talking to the examiner or security guard, no leaving the room, and no defacing the test paper. Breaking any rule meant immediate disqualification. The examiner said there was only one answer to this test. Everyone fell silent after hearing this, since the first rule was not to talk to the examiner. Seeing no one responding, the examiners started an 80-minute countdown and left the room. Looking at their blank papers, no one knew what to do or what the test question even was. Clearly, landing this $800,000 a year position wouldn't be simple. As time ticked by, one woman finally couldn't take it anymore. She figured the company wanted them to write a professional report, so she started writing without hesitation. But before she could finish her first sentence, the examiner suddenly walked over and escorted her out. She had broken the 3rd rule, defacing the test paper. Seeing her eliminated for writing, everyone quickly put down their pens. Just when everyone was at a loss, a man suddenly laughed. He realized the examiner had only mentioned 3 rules. As long as they didn't break those 3, they'd be fine. To test his theory, he greeted Mike beside him. The rules only prohibited talking to the examiner and security, nothing about talking to other candidates. Sure enough, the security guard showed no reaction. This made Charlie even bolder. He even started walking around the exam room. To his surprise, the security guard still did nothing. Seeing Charlie's actions were allowed, everyone finally dared to speak, discussing why the papers were blank. A long-haired woman suddenly stood up. She suggested the papers might be made of special material that would reveal questions under certain light. The others thought this made sense and began shining lights on their papers, trying to make the questions appear. But after various experiments, nothing changed on the papers. Jack suddenly thought maybe special lights like ultraviolet or infrared would work, but the room had no such lights. Just when everyone was disappointed, Anna noticed what looked like emergency lights on the walls. Maybe those were the lights the papers needed. To test this, Charlie immediately smashed the wall lights. As darkness fell, the emergency lights indeed came on. They excitedly tested their papers, but unfortunately, nothing appeared. Mike thought they might need different colored lights. Observant Annie noticed another type of light fixture that wasn't on. Thinking this might be what they needed, they quickly smashed all the emergency lights. The room lit up with orange light, but still, nothing appeared on the papers. With only 60 minutes left, Charlie guessed the papers were made of special material. To test this, he took the eliminated woman's paper and scribbled on it with pencil, but still no questions appeared. Charlie wasn't giving up. He decided to try liquids. He tore the paper in half, giving one piece to Jack to test with saliva while he tested the other with urine. The paper was destroyed, but still no questions appeared. Then Charlie noticed a man with glasses who hadn't moved or spoken. When they approached him, he said something cryptic. Unknown to them, he'd actually revealed the method to make the questions appear, but they didn't understand. Charlie thought the company was playing them, using the $800,000 salary to lure them here just to mock them. But Annie disagreed. She'd researched this company. They wouldn't do something so pointless. They valued efficiency and urgently needed talent. So this interview had to be real. Remembering the examiner's words, everyone rallied. Since previous methods failed, maybe the secret was with the security guard. The rules said no talking to security, but nothing about touching them. To test this theory, the woman reached out toward the guard.